Well, here we go, the Hunting Landman Podcast, episode 34. We're doing two today. We did the one earlier with our buddies from Southern Ag Credit, and as always, the Hunting Landman Podcast is brought to you by Southern Ag Credit. Southern Ag Credit does loans for myself, my clients, and even does loans for the fella's dad we're interviewing today. So today's episode, we're going to talk about new agent, Ethan Lindsey. Ethan, thank you for being on here.
Good to be here.
Ethan just happened to be in the office today, so we figured we'd grab him and steal a couple of his wise thoughts. How old are you today, Ethan?
I'm 19 years old.
19 years old. Let me tell you why this is interesting to me. I messed up by when I was not 18 or 19. You're in your first year of college?
Yep.
I wish I would have got my license when I was 19. Let me tell you why. Ethan doesn't know this because he's never had to pay a lot of his own bills and stuff like that. Even though he's a hard worker and always has a job, Ethan does not have to make sure he makes money the next couple of years, as new agents usually do. And imagine how many times Ethan gets to fail over the next couple of years till he actually has to make a living one day, and how much he can learn throughout the process. I wish I would have done that. I would encourage anybody that wants to possibly be an agent one year to get their license. Well, Ethan, how hard was the test and everything?
I started the process in June. I took the class in about a week and a half online, and took my test in October, middle of October. And if you study your stuff and take the practice test online, it's really not that bad. It's a lot of situation type questions. Put yourself in a situation, you read the question, what would you do here? And think through it, apply what you learned, and you can reason your way through the test, I think.
A week and a half, it's rolling on that stuff. You weren't doing anything else.
No, I did it all day, every day. The course was supposed to take about 60 hours.
Well, Ethan is a big hunter, big outdoorsman, deer hunter, duck hunter, turkey hunter. We're still trying to turn him into a turkey hunter, but if he tries real hard one day, he may become one. He is very involved in hunting his whole family. He's Lindsay, he's Scott, my broker's nephew. The oldest grandchild, and always been a big hunter, killed a lot of big deer, killed a lot of turkeys. And he's not going to realize how much more he gets to hunt now that he's in college. He hadn't realized that. But I remember when I got to college and didn't play 3 or 4 sports, I was like, wow, I get to do a lot more hunting. This is awesome.
Bunch of free time.
Yep. But anyway, so Ethan, you got your license, you're starting school. What are you taking in school, and what's your plan with your license while you're in school?
So one of the main reasons I got my license going into my freshman year like I did is I've got access to a whole new market that not a lot of older agents have. Like, I got thrown into a sea of thousands and thousands of people my age that are looking for places to live over the next couple of years.
And this is at
Mississippi State. And my biggest thing I think is going to help me is joining a fraternity. I got thrown into that group, and it's 225 active members right now. And they're all looking for somewhere to live, whether they're renting or buying or something. And a lot of their parents want somewhere to come stay on the weekends too. And like that, it's just such a big market that I have access to now. And I just think that's something that I can take and use to my advantage and turn something really good out of it. And
he's working under us at Southern States Realty. And, his buddies, whether in the fraternity or not, they know he'll take good care of him because, they've got to see him every day. And so that's something to be respected there. He's going to have mentorship from us here at the home office, and Patrick Gibson, one of our founders of our companies, lives up there close. And I think it's a great idea. Now, Ethan, what are you taking in school? What's your major, or do you have one yet?
I'm a finance major right now. A lot of the courses I'm taking are prereqs. It's not very much centered towards the financial or the business classes yet. But I'm learning. I took 2 classes this past semester that were like that, and there's a lot more fundamental, foundational type stuff of just how money works, the basics. This should be good.
Now, Ethan's dad, Chad Lindsay, he owns a Raymond James office where I do my IRAs and some of my retirement stuff. And you should too. He does a great job at it, and he's our type of people. And Chad, other different than a lot of people like that. Chad invests probably just as much money in land as he does in the market, so he gets both sides of it. I believe in land, so the only money I have with Chad, is stuff that I have for retirement and tax benefits and things like that. Is that your plan?
To work with him?
Work with him?
My plan right now is to test these waters out with real estate and see how I like it. And I do think that within the next 2 years or so, I'll have my decision made. I think I'll either be working with him or I'll be up here in the office with y'all.
Right.
When I graduate.
And there's no wrong path there. And I'm sure your dad and your Uncle Scott have directed you, and Pop have directed you in that way. There's no wrong path here. It's so you're very fortunate in that. But going back, so many people online, younger people, hey, Slade, I'm thinking about getting my real estate license, or maybe if you have some kids about to go in college. Look, everybody wants their kids to get the college experience and all that kind of stuff. Look, there's nothing wrong with these kids getting a job and doing things like that. And what would you rather them do? Learn how to be a really good waitress, which there's value in that. Any type of work, there's value in any type of work they can do. But, Ethan, over the next couple of years, is going to learn about people's finances, because that's what we do in real estate and what they can afford and things like that. Interest rates, banking. He's going to learn about finance in school. But I'm going to venture to say if he takes this real estate thing and runs with it while he's in school, he learns just as much from that as he does in school.
Absolutely.
Because it's practical. It's what you actually use. I remember when I was in college, my last 2 years, I started my outfitting business. And I learned more about cash flow and money making and making deals in my last 2 years with my business than I did, my 4.5 year degree there at Belhaven.
Yep.
So I think that's a good move. Now, do you see yourself? Now look, there's not going to be 10,000 beautiful freshmen anywhere you move. You're in a unique situation right now. Do you see yourself staying up there or moving to Amite County, back to Amite County?
I think I see myself moving back right now. I'm open to anything right now. I mean, I'm not dead set on coming back. Now, right now, my mindset is I'm going to go up there, spend 4 years, come back. If something opens up between now and then, I have an opportunity somewhere else, then we'll see what happens.
2 things I'm going to tell you about. Farmer's daughter and Iowa. Either one of those 2 or a combination of those 2 is a good idea.
I should have gone to Iowa State.
Hey, Iowa State, man, it's a good spot. You could get 3. Let me see. Your dad could buy a tract of land, put it in your name, and you could get 3 tags. I mean, just do some assumptions here. Let's be conservative. If you had 3 tags and you were there for 4 years, you could have 12 deer over 150 inches, probably one over 180, 200 if you bought the right place.
Doesn't sound too bad.
And so I'm just...
Is it too late to transfer?
I told your dad this before you went to school. And
you told me this, too.
Oh, yeah. He shot me down. He said, nah, you don't need to move that far. And Uncle Scott would probably be mad, too, because then you wouldn't be able to work on his tractor and stuff like that.
Everything he tears up. Never
He's
ends.
good at it.
He's very good at it.
I'll tell you a little tidbit of information you can get for free here on the Hunt and Land Man podcast. Don't buy a side-by-side or a tractor, anything from Scott Lindsay.
Nothing.
No. When he gets done with it, it's been used. And if you see him have something for a couple years and it stays together, you probably want to buy one. Not from him, but you want to buy one.
Yep. They last pretty good if he can. If he can have it for a couple years and it's still in one piece, it's dependable.
That's right. Well, I'm excited for you, Ethan. It's cool because we've never had an agent, young like you doing that. I wish I would have done it. If I had to recommend anything to you, lean on Scott and Patrick and people to help you through the process, even if it costs you money for some, splitting some commission and stuff like that, because you'll learn so much. Your cousin-in-law, New Ryan, he's been working with me for 2 years. Me and Caleb were talking about this morning. He's been involved in almost $150 million worth of real estate as a 2-year in the business agent. And let's just say he would have got his license day one like you and just started selling. He probably would have been involved in, $2 to $5 million worth of real estate. And I'm just throwing numbers out there, but how much did he learn in writing those 100 contracts versus writing 6? Yep. And so I would encourage do that, follow people around. If you see a successful agent you like, take them to lunch, learn. And I'm saying all this to you and also to our listeners because I have so many people, what I want to get my license. What do I need to do? These are the things I need to do. And look, there's something with real estate that I don't know how to quantify. I can take some people and tell them everything to do, and some people do great and some people don't. And I don't know if it's a personality thing. I don't know if it's a confidence thing. I think you'll do great, Ethan, but it's I think you'll do great, but it's one of those things that's hard to quantify. And I've got some people in my head, I won't say their names, that I thought they would do great. Here's the things you need to do. But I will say this: if you will follow the things Scott, myself, and Patrick tells you to do, and you'll get by year 2, if you're known as the sophomore real estate agent, and all these people, when their parents come up, introduce you to their parents, hey, I trust you, go find them a townhouse, and that market because you'll be up there all day, every day. You'll have a blast doing it.
Absolutely, I'm excited about it.
Well, I'm excited for you too, man. Well, we're on the Hunting Land Man podcast, so we cannot end this thing without asking Ethan, how's your deer season going?
I have killed 5 does, 2 with my bow and 3 with my rifle. Don't really have a buck I'm looking for, but keep on hunting, see what happens.
Mm-hmm. It's middle of the rut, so we'll see.
That's right.
I'll tell you what, the woods. With the weather, the acorns, and the lockdown, I guess, middle of what we're in right now, I don't know where all mine are. I got, in the past 4 days, I've had one deer that I'd call one of my good shooters on camera, on about 10 cameras running, where a month ago I would have had 10 or more. And they're just, they're locked down, eating acorns, chasing does, not worried about food. I think we got a little bit of cold front moving in this week, but I think the last 2 weeks of January ought to be pretty good.
I will say in the past 2 weeks, I have seen multiple deer that we have never seen before just come through. Mm-hmm. So that'll keep your hopes up.
Right across the street from the house, right in my yard, I run cameras year round, see the deer that we hunt. I mean, I physically see them, pull in the driveway at night and stuff. And a deer showed up the other night we called Drogon the Dragon. He, 3 legs, big old goofy looking crazy thing. I had pictures of him one night. The next night I put Caleb and Lori in there hunting him because it's a very good chance those 3 pictures I got of him may be the only pictures we ever get of him. And that's always pretty cool. And I've noticed with the cell phone cameras, before cell phone cameras, if I went and checked that camera 4 or 5 days from now, I'm like, oh, I guess I should have got in there and hunted him. But now, within 5 minutes. Makes it fun. Well, Ethan, good luck to you the rest of your season, and good luck to you with your real estate license. Hopefully we'll be able to do a podcast a year or 2 from now and tell y'all the great success of Ethan Lindsey, the Mississippi State real estate man. Y'all have a blessed day.